Good morning and welcome back to Apple Tree Allotment. Down here it's just about 8:30 now. Nice and early. It's a really beautiful clear sky today. Not really any wind or anything. But the car said it was about just under freezing, minus 0.5 Celsius this morning. So it's a frosty, icy morning. I was just trying to work out what that sound was when I come down to the plot, and there's all the ice must be melting off the trees. There's all sort of dripping raindrops coming off the trees, but they're I think it's the ice and frost dripping off the trees this morning. So yeah, it's been an interesting week in the UK. We've had last Saturday, Sunday, we had sort of 17, 18 degrees Celsius. Everyone was out in shorts and t-shirts and bathing in the sun and enjoying the sunshine and thinking that was it. That was spring and summer coming, and everyone was happy. And then this week we've had snow. Further north we've had quite a lot of snow. We had a few little bits. We had literally just enough to make one snowball out of the whole garden, but yeah, so not really snow, but we've had hail, we've had thick frost most mornings and quite heavy frosts. So that's been interesting. I really wanted to start getting the potatoes in soon, but I don't really want to put them in when there's frost on the ground, so much frost on the ground every day. There's these are the beds that the first earlies are going in. There's quite a lot of frost on there. So yeah, I'm holding off. I know last year I didn't put them in till another couple of weeks, towards the end of April. So we've still got time yet, but yeah, it's a bit strange. Last spring, I remember we had lots of rain, very wet. And yeah, crops got washed out and ruined, and we've ended up replanting some things. And this year it's very cold. So yeah, it's not some fun growing conditions the last few years, but we'll keep trying. And the other thing happened this week. Normally I go every week and I get soil improver, and I was going to this week go and get some more bark chips from the country park to finish this side, finish all these paths. We've still got these sort of 4 paths that need bark on, just to finish them off. But yeah, last weekend our camper van decided to drop all of its power steering fluid, so we lost power steering while we were out with the kids. We were out going to the park and stuff, so that's waiting to go in the garage this week. I couldn't get it in last week, so yeah, I mean, not a particular problem, because we don't need it we're not going camping or anything, or didn't need it for anything else. But yeah, I did want to go and get more soil improver for this back bed, start getting this one filled up, and getting this ready for all the pumpkins and squash and sweet corn. And I've still got another month, good month, 6 weeks till I need to plant them out. But it will take me, it's going to take at least 3 loads, so 3 or 4 weeks to cover that in enough soil improver and compost. So that's frustrating and probably going to be expensive, I'm guessing. So that's put me back this week. What I would have done this week, I've had to change my plans a little bit. But yeah, I thought I'd come down anyway and try and carry on making some progress. I'll keep getting this bed prepped. I'm going to pull off this plastic, or this old lino off of this end this week, and get rid of all those rocks and bricks, and I'll rake out or shovel out some more of this manure over it. I'll put some cardboard down and put some manure over it, get out any weeds that are left. I don't think there's much. There's a couple on the edge where it's not covered, just down there I can see. So I'll do that, and then it's prepped, ready for getting the chucking the compost on it. I might even have a look in our compost bin, see if there's any much in there we can use to put on it. So I'll do that, and I will. I was thinking about see what time I get. Yeah, nice church bells going. Must have just hit 8. I might start moving these beds. I was thinking about, or one of them anyway. I was thinking about pushing these 2 beds together. So empty out the end of this one, take the 2 ends off, and push that one along a bit. Just so I've got 2 nice long beds for the second early potatoes, and then that will leave me a gap of sort of a foot, maybe a bit more actually. And I might be able to push those back a little bit. And I'll just extend those beds for the main crops. Just to give me, I don't need, at the moment I've got what, three paths across. I'd rather have a bit more growing space, and then I can just I can deal with that just walking around a bit more. When they're full of potatoes, they're almost impossible to walk through anyway, because they're so big. I'm just noticing something's had a really good dig in my bed here. I don't know, that's a rabbit. That's a fairly big dig in. Someone's had a lot of fun. I'm glad there's nothing growing in there yet. Yeah, it's made a bit of a mess. Luckily it seems to definitely left this garlic alone. These are sort of self-set from last year, where I clearly didn't get some cloves out. And they're actually doing really well. So I'm just leaving them in there until I need to plant the potatoes. And I'll pull them out, see if there's any bulbs on them. Or I might even dig them up and go and put them over the other side with the rest. Yeah, that would be good. So yeah, I'm going to go and move that other side, move that lino. Get that prepped at least. And at least once I've got the van back on the road, I can go and get some more soil improver and start covering that up. I've also got a load of compost at home in a bin that I was going to bring down, so I'll do that when I've got the van. And I forgot to bring down, I mowed the lawn for the first time the other day, so I've got a big bag of all the lawnmower clippings. I was going to bring that down and put on here as well, just to get it started. So yeah, I'll go and I brought a cup of tea down, keep the hands warm, so I'll go and have a bit of tea and then get started. But it's nice sunshine starting to come out now, so it's starting to warm up, and the birds are singing, so it almost feels like spring down here. Yeah, it's quite a nice time to be down here. I've got the lino and bricks off of this area at the end of the Three Sisters bed. I've given it a good rake over, get rid of all the little bits that were left in there. There was a couple of sort of blackberry bushes, and some small sort of shrubby tree things grown in there. This space hasn't been used for a long time, so yeah, there's various things growing in there. So I've dug those out. Had to get a fork out to get the roots of those out. Yeah, but other than that, the soil looks good, and it's quite a nice space now. So I'm going to get some cardboard out the shed and lay that down, and then I can move some of this horse manure over it, which really looks like it's definitely composted down loads since I've spread it out. It's a lot thinner than when I spread it out. So I think the frosts are probably helping that break down. So hopefully our pumpkins will really like that. And one thing, I was having a look at this area, it's sort of our junk area at the moment. I think most allotments have a bit of space where you end up dumping bits of wood and everything. So over here there's an old compost bin, which maybe next year, if I can I can get other things moved, I'd like to move that. I was going to move this big IBC tank once it's empty in the sort of start of autumn. I was going to move it over next to the shed, just so there's a bit of a space there anyway, and it makes more sense to have the shed and the little roof going into it, keep it full. And then I can use that space to have ideally 3 compost bins, so I can sort of turn compost over, maybe use one for manure, sort of give it a year to rot down. But I don't think I'm going to get to that this year. I'm not going to get to that this year, certainly this before summer. But I did notice there is, if I can move all this wood, I'll move this over to the next to the tank for now. There is still an area that's probably 2 meters square, going back from this level at the end of that bed. There's still a good space there, and we've got that tree that I need to move those bricks, or pile those bricks nicely. There's that tree, I'm not sure what it is a fruit tree. The label's all worn out on it, but we'll see what comes of that. But yeah, there is a bit of a space there. So originally I wanted to move this and put flat sunflowers in here. So what I might do, if I get the time and get the soil improver or compost, I might cover this area. Just, I don't think I need to put any wood in, just pile the soil up a bit, and we'll see if we can get some sunflowers in there. Get a nice bed of sunflowers. It's at the back of the plot anyway, so the sun comes from behind me, so it won't block out the light for anything. Yeah, so it'll be a good spot for some nice tall sunflowers. And yeah, we're growing some at home. I've got a bed at home at the end near our shed, that we grew them in last year, and we had these giant sunflowers that we saved the seeds from, so we've got thousands of seeds out of them. But they were, I think they were like 8 or 9 foot tall. They were massive. So they were single-headed giant sunflowers. So we'll see if we can get any of those seeds to grow. We literally saved thousands of them, and we've given loads away. So we'll try and get some of those to start at home. We'll plant some this weekend and see if we can get them there. If I get the time, if I get the resources and time when they're ready, I might do that. But yeah, next job. So I'm going to get the cardboard out, and I'll get that covered up. All that cardboard's on. I'm out of the big boxes now, so it's down to the lots of little boxes, but it'll do the job. So I've got that covered up. Hopefully that'll keep any weeds that are left at bay. So I'll probably just get a shovel now and just chuck some of this manure over the top, and I'm gonna have a good dig in our compost bin, see if I can use any of that as well. I've moved across a load of the manure. There was quite a lot at the back over there where I couldn't quite reach when I raked it out, so I've pulled some of that down and covered the cardboard. And I've also been through the compost bin, and actually underneath the top layer there's still quite a lot of leaves that I put in there in autumn, and some of the stuff that hasn't rotted down. Some of the, I don't know if it's sweet corn, the old sweet corn foliage, and maybe the courgette foliage hasn't rotted down that well. But underneath that there's probably ½ a metre of good compost, and it's quite nice actually. So I've just put a little bit on the top. There's lots more in there, so I'll carry on doing that another day. Yeah, so that's looking good. That's nice and full, that bit now. As I say, I'll carry on doing that probably a bit at a time. It's quite a lot of work, isn't it, digging all that out. So yeah, that bed's coming on nicely. It's nice to see it not covered in plastic anymore. That's it now. There's no more plastic on the 2 plots covering anything up anymore. So that's nice. Yeah, so at some point I might work on this bed over here, this little flower bed. I did think for all those bricks I might make just a little wall along the front with those, just a temporary thing. Uses the bricks up anyway then. I might do that another week. I've got a few weeks to do that. And I'll do some more of that compost out the bin on there, as well as see if I can get some soil improver just to cover up the manure and to plant into. But yeah, pleased to get that done today. Sun's starting to come out now, so it's warming up. I started with a fleece and a jumper on, and they're slowly warming up enough to take those off. Everything else is growing nicely on the plot. The raspberries have come up loads this week actually. They were just sort of pointing through last week, but they're yeah, probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 centimetres high now. So a couple of inches. There's one over there, it's a bit bigger actually. And there seems to be a few more than last year, so I don't know if they've slowly expanding. That's good to see. There was a few strawberries left in that bed I uncovered. So there's 4 along there. I just put in here for now. If they grow, then that's great, but I just thought I'd put them in somewhere. And those 2 beds of strawberries. We all love the strawberries in the summer. We all make jam and eat them fresh. So I don't mind having more of them. The garlic's looking really good. Onions are still holding on. They're not exactly thriving, but they're we might get something off of them. If not, nothing else, we might get little ones. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do something with the with fencing or something, because the rabbits are having a bit of a field day on lots of people's plots actually. I walked past the plot up the top, and it was looked like a trench had been dug in it, but it was definitely digging. It wasn't, it wasn't a purposeful trench. But yeah, looking good. It's really nice down here with the spring bird song. No one else down here at the moment. But yeah, hope you enjoyed seeing a bit more progress on the plot. Really hoping in the next week or 2 we can start getting something in the ground, get some potatoes in. I know the kids wanting to help plant the potatoes, so there's plenty for them to do. There's what, about 36-40 of each of main crop, second crop and first early. So sort of 120 odd potatoes to plant. And then I think one of them, my oldest daughter's got a bag of Rudolph potatoes, red potatoes that she bought, that she's going to plant at home. So a bed this size at home. And then she can tend them there, keep an eye on them. And maybe we'll keep them for Christmas, I think, or at least towards then, if they do well. But yeah, all looking good. Definitely want to get some carrots in soon, get a start. I'm going to try and do a succession this year, try and do sort of a row a week or every other week, so they come up slowly. We shall see. Trying to get better at succession planting, so we don't just get everything mid-season or end of season. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that, and hope you're all getting out in your plots. Some people are getting a lot more in. I think some places are a bit sunnier than they've been here. And up north I think it's a bit colder and probably not getting a lot done at all. But yeah, hope you're all keeping well, and look forward to seeing you next week.